You're listening to DraftKings Network.
God bless football, Mikey A.
God bless football, Charlie Kravitz.
What's up, Charlie Hulme?
God bless football, Lorenzo. You stole my was up, so I can't keep zapping.
I thought you were gonna keep what's up.
I'm so
Lorenzo.
confused. Are we was zapping or are we
keep zapping?
Blessing?
Keep zapping. No, keep
Are we
zapping.
God blessing. Was that God bless football? Mike Fuentes.
We talked right before this and said Mike Fuentes doesn't
God
have a
bless you, Mike
microphone.
Fuentes. Was that?
All right. Welcome to God Bless Football this week. So Stugotz is out in Lake Tahoe playing golf, and I thought it'd be a fun little treat to have a little reunion with some of our friends that we haven't done a podcast with together in a long time. And Charlie
Together
Kravitz.
again.
Charlie Kravitz.
It's good to be together again. Muppets.
And Charlie Kravitz is in town, so it seemed like as good a reason as ever to do one. And I don't regret it yet, but I do feel like I will soon enough. So
It's early in the proceedings, Billy Go. It's
Not for
very
nothing,
early.
Billy, you threw it to me beforehand to keep this on track. And I'm going to tell you right now, I already bow out on that. I'm already out on trying to keep this on track. Let's just have some fun.
yeah, so here's what happened is we sat down like 15 minutes ago, and we were supposed to get going, and we've just been talking for 15 minutes. So I said, Mikey, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to keep us on track today, because if not, we're going to be derailed very quickly, because as you all know, this is God Bless Football, so we can't just be talking about Muppets or whatever it is that Lorenzo wants to be talking about. Even though he wants to be talking about those things, we can't be talking about those things because it's, God Bless Football. So we have to talk
What
about
if there's
football.
a football tie-in to the Muppets?
Lorenzo, if you have a football tie-in to the Muppets, feel free to take
Challenge
this
accepted.
over. All right, so go look for a Muppet football thing or whatever it is you want to talk about. Guys, very exciting things. I have for the first time in, probably nearly 3 years, and I can't believe that we can get to a banner segment on BBBBBB. Mikey, here's something that I don't know if you know, and it's a confession that I have to make to you, and I don't want to say it's a shameful confession, but it's a confession nonetheless. So, and I don't know if you guys know this, Charlie Kravitz, I don't know if you know, Hulme, I don't know if you know, Lorenzo, I don't know if you know. This past season, we were doing Monday episodes of God Bless Football, and I created a segment in our Monday episodes of God Bless Football called Billy's Big Board Bets, brought to you by. And I did that just because the acronym was BBBBBB. And BBBBBB was the name of a podcast that we did together years ago, Mikey. So it was a subtle shout out to this podcast that we used to do along with Eliz. And the theme of that podcast, which very early on got off the rails, was baseball, Big Brother, and basketball or something like that. Yeah, I think it was
basketball.
It was baseball, basketball.
Basketball was two of the B's. That's a cheat, man.
It was
That's
baseball,
a cheat.
basketball, and Big Brother because we had just finished wrapping up our ESPN's #1 challenge podcast, and Big Brother season was starting, so we were going to do a Big Brother podcast. And then one episode in, no one watched it, and we said, you know what? Let's not. Let's just punt on that. And then we didn't really talk about baseball or basketball either, and it just became kind of like a general podcast. So all that is to say, this is a little BBBBBB reunion today, and Mikey A is going to be here along with us. And Mike Fuentes is here as well, but he can't talk because he doesn't have a microphone.
He has to push buttons.
Yeah, he's doing the working thing. So I can't.
That won't stop Lorenzo from tossing to him.
Exactly
Multiple
right.
times. Yes.
Fuentes for democracy.
What?
Helldivers, man. Come on. Come on.
What is Helldivers?
Only the best game of 2024.
What is it?
It's basically Starship Troopers. You're fighting big, giant bugs and Terminator, automatons with your boys, and you're doing it for Super Earth, for democracy. Fuentes knows what I'm talking about.
Well, it's good you keep going to him so he can explain it. Because, by the way, if you want more of Lorenzo, you can check out his Bibbidi Bobbidi Buzz podcast where he talks about all things Disney. With the
And please, if you're a vigilante lawyer out there, if you could just file a lawsuit or look into that
Cease
on
and
Lorenzo's
desist.
behalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, file a cease
Something.
and desist. Even if it's
please
fake
don't do that.
paperwork, just track down Lorenzo's address, send him off something with official letterhead, give him a bit of a scare.
Simple,
We'd love that.
nonprofit salary these days. I'm not like you big timers doing big things on on your podcast. Mine is a passion project that I do with a friend off to the side. There's no income coming in, no revenue. We're not getting ad sales yet. I'm not partnering up with a famous golfer. I'm not with Stugotz. It's just don't mess this up for me, people.
If you want to check out what Charlie Hume is doing, check out the Smiley Show with Smiley Kaufman.
It's a great podcast.
Yeah, sue him. He's got
great
the money.
podcast.
Great podcast.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Thanks. It was actually fun diversion. I was actually supposed to be in Tahoe this week with Smiley and would have loved to say hey to Stugotz out there. But, as it happens, instead I'm sitting here with you on God Bless Football.
well, you
so
say
even
that-
better.
I was going to say,
That's
you
an
say this
upgrade.
as it's like a downgrade situation.
Yeah.
No. That my voice crescendoed up.
Can I
I went
ask?
to upgrade.
Let me ask you a question. How is it, because you, as I've followed you on socials, and I'm not sure if the fans of the show have followed you on social, but you seem to be playing golf every weekend around the country. So how is it that this is the one golf tournament you weren't able to make it out to?
It's because I played so much golf leading into this week that I couldn't possibly make it to yet another golf tournament. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I just got back from Scotland playing 13 rounds of golf over the span of 8 days.
Shot a 70.
And I did shoot a 70, my best score ever to par.
Congratulations.
2 under at Kingsbarns. It's a good workout there. I actually, Smiley banned me from going to Tahoe. He's like, you were playing too much golf. You need to spend some time with your family at home. So that's I'm doing this for my family. Really.
I have a new mission. It's to get some relatability to you, and I'm failing miserably at doing that right now.
Do you have any swing thoughts for the audience?
We'll get to that later. So look, here's the deal.
I'm actually, Billy, I'm trying to go in the other direction. I'd like to sound as out of touch as possible. Despite the fact that Charlie Kravitz is now old money Charlie.
Yeah, there's a double Charlie
that's
situation.
official. That's happening.
There's some
Yeah.
confusion because this was old money Charlie on the Batard show years ago, and people think that that's Charlie Kravitz now that he's in town. Anyways,
He is Kravitz.
All white people look alike to me.
okay. So I have an I can't believe that we can go to later today. I also have a list of the USA Today's NFL offseason grades. I have SI's ranking of the 12 teams that could actually win the Super Bowl. And I saw that Bill Barnwell put out, and Charlie, you're friends with Bill Barnwell.
Love him.
I saw that Bill Barnwell put out a list of, he's ranked the 32 teams based on running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. So those are all things that we can get to. Also, Mikey A has a new game of more Mikely that you guys might enjoy. So I don't know if you guys want to play that. And
Maybe some college sprinkled in this time.
Ooh, okay. And Lorenzo.
I like the sound of that.
Lorenzo has told me that he has his 7th and 8th Bs of the episode. So we'll probably get to that at the end of this episode.
We're doing it big this time around. 7 and 8 Bs.
Wow.
We're back. God bless football.
Beautiful.
Lorenzo, what do you make of the Mike Gundy comments?
Mike Gundy? He's a man. He's 40. Well, he's probably like 48 now.
56.
56?
Yeah, Mike Gundy's
Wow.
56
We're
now.
old,
What was
man.
it? Billy, can you give us the headline on Mike Gundy? Because what I took away from that was basically said that he drives drunk often. Was I off base? Was I off base there?
Thousands of times.
Okay. So what ended up happening, Mike Gundy's running back was pulled over and got a DUI because of, instead of a .08, he was driving with a .10. When asked about this, Mike Gundy said, and I'm paraphrasing, I looked it up. I put it in a calculator to figure out his weight and how many beers it would take. I think he said it was 3 to 5 beers that he must have had. He's like, I've done that thousands of times and just gotten lucky. And then he went on to try to correct himself later on. And he said that he's done things a lot of time. He's had thousands of mistakes that he's gotten away with. And he tried to kind of distance himself from that. Lorenzo, your thoughts?
I was joking there for a minute, but no, Mike Gundy, you can't have road beers and can't be drinking and driving. Period. I don't care if you can pass the sobriety test. Like, no, what are we doing here? You were the one talking about being a man. I'm 40. Come talk to me. That's not very responsible for a man of 40 or 58 or
56.
18 or 19. Like, no.
Well,
sorry.
That's a pretty vanilla take, Lorenzo. I think you can do better than that.
I'm not going to advocate for drunk driving here on any podcast because it's not what I believe in.
No, thank you. Thank you, Lorenzo, for being responsible. Lorenzo also has his voice modulator. If at any point Lorenzo wants to change his voice,
Nope,
we can go
this
to
is
that.
a serious conversation, Bill.
Well, no, not for
Glad we're
this. I
having it.
wouldn't say it for this. I'm just saying because, for those people who are missing Zobot or ZJ or any of those, Lorenzo can make an appearance. You want to do my I can't believe for this episode?
Can I ask Lorenzo a follow-up question first?
Sure.
You're probably our most passionate fan of the group.
Passionate.
Yeah.
In what way?
You have some hot takes about the teams you support. You get a little bit irrational. Gundy's not suspending Ollie Gordon, who's his best player, who had 21 touchdowns on the ground last year. If you were an Oklahoma State fan, how happy would you be about that? Can you put yourself in the fanatic mode of
You gotta have some slap on the wrist.
Set your morals aside and become an Oklahoma State fan.
If you played for where'd you go to college? FIU?
The few, the proud.
So if he played for FIU, how would you feel?
He's the best. Some people think he's the best running back in college football. He could be a Heisman favorite this season. So
slap him on the wrist. Got to give him something.
Well, what he said the punishment was going to be is he's going to make him carry the ball 51 times in the first game.
There you go. That's tough love.
Are they opening against like a cupcake or something like that?
Yeah,
this one feels like the
look at
classic like 2-quarter suspension against the cupcake.
I think it's
get on with our lives.
I think it's South Dakota State, but they were undefeated last season, so
not a cupcake.
Not a gimme. Not a gimme.
The Jackrabbits?
Do you know that off the top of your head?
I did indeed.
Are you just flexing on the random college mascots that you know?
We're on Stugotz's show. That's what we do. The Jackrabbits and
it's our show.
Stugotz isn't here.
Yeah, Stugotz isn't here.
Okay. All right.
It's Billy's show, if anything.
Nah. Me and Mikey. And Zoe, this is your audition to see if you want to be a regular on this show.
And Fuentes when he can talk.
Yeah, Fuentes can't talk today, unfortunately.
When he's not playing Helldivers.
Some of the fans may be happy about the Fuentes not talking situation, if we're going to be honest. But it's not for me to say. Guys, you want my I can't believe? First time in 3 years we've done an I can't believe.
Please.
Yes.
Can't believe it's been that long.
I can't believe that on Tuesday, after months and months of saying he wasn't going to do it, Arch Manning announced that he's going to be an EA College Football 25.
I can't believe it.
What was it? What was the size of the bag that they funneled to him?
Who got to him? Yeah.
Yeah. How much money did it take, do you think?
I think they were paying everybody like $600 or something is what they said.
Right.
Initially.
But
what did Manning get?
How much did Arch really get, I guess is the question here.
Mike Fuentes is saying he got $50,000. I don't know if that's a report or that's his opinion.
I'm going higher than that.
Each player got $600 approximately, according to The Athletic, which, I mean, they have gobs of money. It's EA Sports, all right? They backed up the Brinks truck for Arch Manning.
I don't know. Like, do you think that this is a thing that he demands a lot of money for, or is this a thing that, like, him and his team are like, you don't want to miss this? Like, everybody is part of this. This is going to be a big thing. People that don't even necessarily know you, let's say, because they're not big actual college football fans, but they're gamers or whatever, will play with your school and they're going to play with you. Like, you're going to make it up as being part of this game, and you'll miss the boat if you're not in it.
Did someone get to him and just be like, dude, you're trying to be too humble? Like, you're trying to be like, oh, I don't want to be above the team because I'm a Manning. And they're like, no, just be part of this and just be part of what we're doing.
So
just stop it.
Here's the thing that I don't know that you guys are aware of, but Mikey was there for this interview. So we spoke to Eli, I want to say like a year and a half ago. And
Thank you, Jabba Chamberlain.
Yeah, we got him through Jobber Chamberlain, who's was a regular on the show.
That's a name I've not heard in many years.
Well, Jabba was a regular on the show. He'd come on every week. He'd make football picks, and he also was friends with Eli Manning. So he got Eli Manning on. We talked to Eli, and Arch, I think, had just committed to Texas at the time, or was going back and forth, whatever. And we were talking to him about NIL because NIL had just started, and Eli told us that Arch was not going to be taking any NIL money.
I was about to bring this up. He quietly started taking NIL.
Oh, he definitely did. No,
after he got the good press.
That was 2 years ago.
Announcing
That was 2 years ago.
It was last April when he was at Texas for the spring game. He was like, won't be taking any NIL money.
Yeah.
Zero. Little July signed his first NIL deal. And now it's rumored he's making more than Brock Purdy from NIL.
So here's the thing that happened that you guys might find funny is that so Eli at the time, the way that he described the situation with NIL was, we want him to not be worrying about all that stuff, and go out there and prove it and earn his own money and not just take money because then there's added pressure. He already has the name. He already has that, right? So Eli was saying it as this is like a humble thing. He's not going to take it. And when the clip that he was on there, the clip that went out and was a minor story or whatever, right, from Eli saying it, backfired because then everybody was saying like this is typical white privilege. He's not taking money. Like it was kind of like a crazy backlash, and it was actually negative towards him.
That was fun. Those comments were fun.
Yeah, wasn't our best week.
No.
Are you guys gonna play the game, right? I mean, I've pre-ordered the game. Like absolutely. I haven't played. I actually been trying to get back into video games for the better part of like a year and a half, and I just couldn't do it all the way. Although I did find my old PS2 playing a little Tiger 04. That game's a blast. But I'll say this: like I think I'm coming all the way back for this game.
Well, so here's the thing: the game comes out July 19th, but if you pre-order, you can get early access. I believe July 16th. So next week you can already play this game, and it's kind of like the talk of the sports, I guess, gaming world. Everybody's been so excited for years wanting this game. I'm at a phase that I don't have a gaming system that is compatible to this game.
Not coming out for the Switch, Billy.
Yeah. So, like, am I going to buy a PS5 or something to play this game?
You are.
No, I'm not. Like,
that's exactly what you're going to do.
No, because I don't.
Honest question. Can it live up to the hype? Like, it's just been so long and it's been talked about for so long that we're considered, Billy, I'm in the same boat as you. If it's not out on the Switch, I can't get it unless I spend $500 on a new PS, whatever it's up to.
I didn't know Mikey was a Switch boy.
Am I gonna spend $500 on a game and it be worth it?
Absolutely.
You can't replace, I mean, just the feelings. Watching my boys in Carolina Blue running out of the tunnel at Keenan Memorial Stadium with the American flag in the front. Yeah. I mean, that alone is going to be worth the price of admission. Like, I'm there for that. Now, I probably will play it for like a week and a half and get bored and then get on with my life.
Yeah.
But that first week's going to be pretty electric.
I feel like I'm just not, like, and this is not, like, it sounds weird, but, like, I feel like I'm not in a place in my life that I have time to just play college football all the time.
That is my concern to an extent, because if you remember the old 2014 EA NCAA football, as it was called back then, it was immersive. You had to recruit players. You had to keep them on the roster. You had to build a program up from scratch. I like doing, as we mentioned, the aforementioned FIU, building them up from meager beginnings as Little Caesars Bowl champs, make them national champs. But now you've got NIL factor in there. You got a 12-game playoff system that who knows how that's going to play out in the game. You've got so many other wrinkles to it now that I don't know. I think it's going to consume our lives yet once again. I'm here for it. I don't have the time for it, but I'll figure out some way to do it. I'm excited. Bring me the mascot games too. I want the mascot game in there. If it doesn't have it, then it's not a NCAA football. As far as Arch Manning, by the way, he's going to get like, if they didn't give him a nice little sweetheart deal to get in, they're going to give him like all the perks, all the ultimate team cards. Like, you are the guy. This is your gold platinum card. That's so rare.
Do it with voice modulator.
Yeah.
Don't just change your voice.
Arch Manning, this is your platinum ultimate team player. No, I don't like
this one. I don't like that one. Hold on. What about
Arch Manning? You're the ultimate team player. Nope, that's not it either.
How about this one? Oh yeah, there we go. Arch Manning, ultimate team platinum player.
Yes.
Also, question for you all: what happens if Arch Manning is not the highly touted talent that he is being promoted to be? Right?
He's a bust.
If he becomes a somewhat mediocre college quarterback, a Tim Tebow. But he's not the first round
was like one of the best
Tim
quarterbacks.
Tebow was like the best college.
Well, all right, I'm saying, but not
change your voice for these questions.
Won the Heisman, 2 national championships.
So how about this? Do a burning 5 questions
for like 5 years, 6 years. He's redshirting.
6 years. Hold on, Zoe. Wait. Change your voice and have like Zoe's burning Arch questions. Yeah. He's
what happens if Arch Manning stays for like 5-6 years at Texas? Just collecting a paycheck, getting NIL money, and just sticking around because the pros, he's not going to do it there. He's not going to succeed. He's a Tim Tebow, right? What do we think?
I feel like I'm on the intro of like a bad rap song or something. Like we're about to hit it. The beat's about to drop, and we're about to hear some bubbly sound effects in the background. God bless you, Zoe.
So you think he's going to be like a Bo Nix?
Yes. Yes. What happens? Like, I mean,
But what happens?
Do we care?
He's just going to be there. He's going to
Top
collect.
12 pick, Bo Nix.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got a lot to live up to.
Is he rated higher than the starter at Texas?
Quinn Ewers?
no, I don't. In the game,
Yeah. Do we know
I
like
think
what the
Quinn
game ratings
Ewers-
are yet?
I think Quinn Ewers is like the fourth or fifth highest rated quarterback in the game. You know who the highest rated quarterback in that game is?
Who's that?
Carson Beck.
Shador Sanders. We got a
Are
real
Get
Bronny
outta
James
here.
situation going on with the player ratings in this game.
We need to
Shador
talk to
Sanders
these
is the
talent-
highest. That's
93.
I'm returning to the game.
Yeah.
I want a refund.
So this article that I'm looking at was written 1 hour ago, but I don't. Arch is not on here yet, or at least he's not in like the top 8 that they have here. So I see Shador Sanders, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, Jalen Daniels, and Kadon Salter.
Jackson Dart's an incredible quarterback name.
Yeah.
Just throwing darts.
Yes. He's got a little. He's got quite the vibe too. I think he does this. He's got like long hair with like a little blonde streak on one side. He's got a very. It's very strange seeing a Southern California vibey guy playing for Ole Miss.
Well, didn't he went to USC first, right?
He did. He transferred out of USC. Yeah.
Zoe, did you find any Muppet football connections that you wanted to get to yet, or not
Come on,
really?
Billy, you gotta expect.
Well, I mean, you had
Better
like
of me.
3 or 4 days notice that we were going to do this. I don't know exactly what you
I've got
have
a list
prepared.
of football players who have appeared alongside the Muppets.
Oh, how many do you have?
Well, we got a lot of New York Giants.
How many do
Carl
you have?
Banks,
Well, hold on.
Terrell. Nope, that's
didn't
Denver
answer the
Bronco.
question.
But
Mark
we're-
Ingram.
are we doing a
Sean
countdown?
Landetta.
Hold on.
All appeared on Sesame Street.
Well, hold on.
You got Tiki Barber, who showed up on season 40 of Sesame Street.
on, don't rush
Drew
through it.
Brees,
Wait.
Reggie Bush as a New Orleans Saint.
So slow
Lavernius
down.
Coles, also a Sesame Street appearance.
Slow down.
Terrell Davis, Tony Gonzalez, Ben Graham, Mean Joe Green wasn't on Sesame Street. He was on a thing called Muppet Magazine. I didn't even know that existed. Gotta look that one up. So was John Matuzak of the Raiders. And the Man Genius. The Man Genius was on Sesame Street.
So
Not a player.
Muppet Magazine was a magazine.
Did you read
makes sense.
Terrell Davis there near the top? Did I hear you say Terrell Davis's name?
Correct. Denver
Remember
Bronco
Terrell
legend.
Davis?
He was
Terrell Davis was sick.
Bird Palomalu did a little feature with Elmo about hair and sock puppets. He built a little sock puppet of his own. Jason Taylor, Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, when he was with the Washington football team. Oh, that sucks.
What?
Season 39 of Sesame Street. How about that? There
Zoe,
you
you know who was on the cover?
go. Also,
of
the Muppets were co-hosts. Sorry, the Muppets were co-hosts of Monday Night Football, if you remember correctly, a season or two ago.
What? Mm-hmm. The Muppets.
The Muppets were on Monday Night Football
2
In
seasons ago?
True Disney synergy. They crammed them down the rest of America's throats.
Who were the commentators?
I was thrilled about it. What's that?
Who were the broadcasters?
I believe Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy made appearances
I
in the
meant
booth.
Adult broadcasters, human beings.
I don't remember these things.
So
I know they went down to like field
On track, Billy.
with Gonzo. I think Gonzo the Great was down there. Fozzie was doing like
there's no way Joe Buck was tossing to Fozzie. Like
no, I
that
think
just
this was
didn't
pre-Joe Buck.
exist.
This was
Yeah.
pre-Joe Buck. This was
Joe Test might have done it, though. Joe Test might have
that
done
sounds
it.
like a Joe Test. And now we go live to Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew.
That's actually not a bad Joe Tess.
That's pretty good.
Did you see Joe Tess? I sort of football related is now a WWE announcer as well. He's added that to his resume. That
He's
holy
going down
moly,
the coachman route.
Holy moly.
yeah.
Is
Actually,
Holy
Coachman
Moly
did
still on TV?
I don't think so.
That's still going?
I don't think it is. It's a good show.
Steph Curry.
I think it's on Netflix.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah, but those are
interesting.
like reruns, right?
I don't know.
Holy Moly actually sent me one of, not me, but I ended up with it, sent the show one of the best like promotional gifts that they send. So like when shows are coming out or whatever, they'll send you like, here's like a mug or whatever, like with our logo on it. I actually get all the time, and Lorenzo has become the greatest beneficiary of it, is I will get almost annually the Simpsons promotional material before their Halloween episode, because I think that that's like their season premiere every year. And what always ends up happening is I don't think I'm even allowed to say this, but like I will share it with Lorenzo because I know how much the Simpsons mean to him, and he's in the media. So
I look
Oh,
forward
wow,
to
look
every
at this.
October because of The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
I'm 95%
but I also
sure I
love
wasn't
the
supposed
little.
to say that.
It's like Christmas in October because Billy Gill sends me all these wonderful promo gifts.
Wow.
This one was a clipboard.
He's a member of the media.
With
Heartwarming.
Bart Simpson's like X-ray on it.
Okay, put that away.
And
No one
and it
cares.
comes loaded with candy.
I'm
I don't
gonna get in trouble
know
for
about the
telling-
candy,
saying I
'cause
gave
the
you
candy
that.
could be it's mailed, it's shipped. I don't know how.
So
well,
you know who was on the cover of the fall 1984 cover of Muppet Magazine? Take a guess.
1984.
Fall 1984.
Ronald Reagan.
No.
Hall & Oates.
No.
Ooh, good guess.
It was Mr. T. We would be here all day if I continued.
With
that
who? Who was he alongside?
game. He was there with Fozzie Bear, and he was there with Animal and Kermit the Frog.
I would have put him next to like Sweetums, the big guy.
Okay.
See, I know the deep cut Muppets. Sweetums is the big guy. Oh, hey, everybody, that guy. I want to see Mr. T, Sweetums collabo.
Which is a reminder, by the way, send us stuff.
Oh yeah, send us stuff. That's another segment we do. Send us stuff. It's been a while since.
Send
we
us
got some
Muppet stuff.
Since the dawn of mankind, we've cooked our food over an open flame and debated the best way to grill. One thing not up for debate, grilling and beer always go together. And not just any beer will do. Whether you BBQ Texas style or just celebrate Wednesday with burgers and dogs, you need a beer that tastes great and is less filling. And here's a little secret that I'm going to tell you as a grill master myself. Sometimes you have those burgers, those dogs on the grill, you toss on some seasoning, they're getting hot, they're getting dry. Why don't you quench their thirst also? Pour a little Miller Lite on them. They'll cool down, they'll be extra delicious. Only adults obviously can consume those burgers. With a Miller Lite in hand, grilling doesn't just taste great, it tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/GBF. Or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. Forget what the calendar says. Football season is right around the corner, and that means Best Ball Week at DraftKings isn't far behind. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is the biggest fantasy contest ever at DraftKings. 15 million guaranteed prize pool with 2 millionaires being crowned for first and second place. DraftKings is offering everyone a draft one, get one free special. Your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket. Enter for a shot to be one of 2 millionaires crowned by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use code LAF. That's code LAF for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball $15 million contest to get a bonus ticket. Only during Best Ball Week. Only on DraftKings.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. 18 and over in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. One per customer. Enter the Best Ball $15 million contest by 9/5/24 to get one bonus entry. $20 entry fee required. Reward expires at contest lock on 9/5/24. See terms at DraftKings.com/DFS.
And we're back. So we still have more Mikey to get to. We have Lorenzo's 7th and 8th B. Charlie Hulme wants to talk about tape. He wants to talk tape. And a new segment we call Talk Tape. That
Talking
will
tape, baby.
Yeah. This is
Nice.
PT.
I feel like a recurring thing. Maybe you can come on, next week or the week after. You can talk some tape with you. When Stugotz is back, he'll ask you to make him some, golf tee times or whatever. He'll get some favor out of you. And
You can watch golf tape too. Swing video.
that is true.
A lot of different tape you could talk about.
Been
That's
grinding a lot of that tape lately.
Have
Got to
you?
grind the tape.
Yeah.
You watch your own golf tape?
Have to.
Do you?
Have to.
Yeah.
Must.
You're a golf guy now, right?
I'm terrible, but I love it.
Really?
No. Don't. He's got a great swing.
When are we doing our golf foursome?
Okay,
We've
so
been talking about for years now.
Mikey A, let me loop you in on this golf foursome that Lorenzo would like to do.
Okay.
Lorenzo wants all of us to go to him and play golf with him in Buffalo.
Great courses, great weather right now.
He also
here.
told
Summers
us
in
about
Buffalo
this.
are
Lorenzo,
That's awesome. I assume he's buying the flights.
He's doing none of that.
Also,
Okay.
the
Mikey,
invite,
you forgot the part where I mentioned I have a non-profit salary these days.
That's
I'm
not true. You
We have
actually,
old money Charlie, who's down
Excuse
there in
me.
Miami right now with Billy, who can afford it.
You got a modulator.
Excuse me.
You got a modulator.
You do have a
That sounds
modulator
money to me.
that it took about 6 years for you to figure out, but you have thankfully figured it out, or not thankfully because it was more fun when you couldn't figure out what you're doing. But you have multiple sources of income. You're also a wedding DJ. If people want to book Lorenzo to to DJ their weddings in the greater Buffalo area. Reach out to him. And from what I hear, you're a trivia night host free agent at the moment. So,
and a rampant copyright infringer as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
DJ Boogeyman Zoe on the ones and twos. Hey, everybody, get on the dance floor. We're going to play a solid hit from the 70s. It's the YMCA with the Village People.
You got to say we're throwing it way back.
Can I?
We're setting the clock way back.
Wait, hold on. This is actually great because, Zoe, I don't think you know this. Mikey used to be in the wedding industry as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get out
Professional
of town.
dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. I don't know why you're laughing.
Wait, really?
Really?
Put your DJ voice back on so we can coordinate here.
It's you. So Mikey A, you would agree with me. Being a DJ, if you were told that you can't dance at a wedding, that's torture for you. You're a dancer. Dancers like to dance. I look forward to weddings because I like to get with my missus and we just cut a rug on the dance floor. 24 karat magic comes on, we're there. Valerie, we're there. Like, if the music is not on par, we're not there, and it's a horrible wedding. So being a DJ, you're providing the dance groove, but you can't dance yourself. Although
the alcohol and the DJ make the wedding.
That's right. The most important, vital parts to any wedding.
People care too much about the food and the cake. No, doesn't matter. Alcohol and DJ make
You
the
need
wedding.
to find a Mikey for your situation, Zoe.
Yes, you do.
Because like
Mike's situation.
Mikey, yeah. So what Mikey would do is he would go with the DJ, and I believe you would get the dancing started. So
You were the crowd, the party starter?
I was the guy, yeah.
I love it. I love the hype man.
So what would you do?
The hype man.
How would you hype up Mikey to then hype up the crowd, Zoe?
Well, I have a technique that I would employ because I too was the wedding hype man. I believe I gotten rave reviews from both Charlie Hume and Billy Gill's weddings. Like, hey, who's that guy on the dance floor? Yeah. That guy was sweaty as hell, but he really knows how to party.
Didn't you make them play Baby Shark at Billy's wedding?
Yeah, after
no one else wanted to hear that.
After the last song,
I can't all be the straight hits.
After the last song, so they like when you're
also
at
people love Baby Shark.
When you're at a wedding. When you're at a wedding, then you consult with the DJ, like, what you want the first dance
I would
to be?
never
And
play
the
Baby Shark at
what would
any
be
of my
like a
weddings.
non-whatever? And then they're like, what do you want the last song to be? Like, that's like a, last song, whatever. And you give them the last song. So we gave them the last song played. And then all of a sudden, Baby Shark starts playing, and Lorenzo's in the middle of the dance floor. The happiest boy I've ever seen in the world. He was so excited.
And your nephew, I believe, was thrilled about it.
Yeah, there was a child there that was very excited about it,
I mentioned it. It was right during the Nationals run for the World Series.
Meant absolutely nothing at my wedding.
That was their rally song.
Yeah, but you lived in Washington, so it meant something to you, but to no one else at the wedding.
You're a baseball fan. You should know this. You should appreciate
I was aware.
rally songs. And just
at my rehearsal dinner in Washington, we had like a banjo artist, whatever you call that. And Lorenzo was out like grabbing people and like, just pulling people from the crowd and dancing with them to the point where I had numerous family members ask me if he was like paid entertainment, like if he was with the banjo person. And it was he was delightful. I was pleasantly surprised.
My wife had visiting family from Spain ask me who Lorenzo was at the party. And then my wife, when we were on our honeymoon, we were looking at pictures and videos and said to me, I feel like we were at Lorenzo's wedding.
Whoa, well,
like we just threw Lorenzo a party. I feel like we were at his wedding.
First off, I had a very mild, very intimate wedding. So I like going to weddings, man.
You did have.
I try not to.
He loves love.
You had an intimate wedding, but that doesn't mean that you then make my wedding yours because you chose to have an intimate wedding.
No, I did no such thing. I still have our photo booth picture of all four of us up on our refrigerator. You're welcome. I actually happen to love both of your weddings. I thought they were very tasteful, very nice.
I've only been married once.
What? Well, you and Charlie Hume.
Oh, gotcha.
Went to both. We're still waiting on the other nuptials.
A little pressure on old money Charlie over there.
Yeah, old money. Come on, you got the money. You got
Charlie,
the cash.
I told you this off air, but I saw a comment on YouTube that was like, "Wow, old money Charlie looks like shit now." That was so funny, as they just didn't know the difference between us.
I think you look great, Kravitz.
Yeah, Mikey, you've failed us. We've gotten way off track. You want to play more Mikey?
Sure. I'll just get right into it.
All right, so this is the way, guys, for those of you who are new to the proceedings, in the audience and for the Charlies and Lorenzo. This is the way more Mikey works. Mikey will give us a scenario, and then we tell him which one of those two options is more Mikey.
Somehow I think Lorenzo is going to answer first and last.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to start with you, Charlie Hume, then.
Okay.
Who are you more likely to draft first in your fantasy draft, a running back or a wide receiver?
Ooh, this is a good question because I feel like it used to be there was PPR and non-PPR. Shout out Allison Turner. But then there's this trend that's happened in the last couple of years, this half PPR thing that's going on. I don't quite know how to feel about it. I feel like
that half point.
I'm usually most inclined to go receiver because most leagues I play under the PPR, but with the half PPR thing and the general scarcity of good running backs, I think I might now lean in the running back direction these days.
Billy?
The Duke?
I'm going to go with a wide receiver because I've drafted a running back first in the last two drafts and it's always burned me. So I'm going to go wide receiver this season. It also depends what pick you have, right? But that's like a whole nother thing.
Well, this is if you have the first pick.
The first pick?
Who's like, is Christian McCaffrey the undisputed? Is he kind of still the guy?
Some people are starting to climb on Bijan.
With Arthur.
I'm looking
really?
at an unnamed fantasy rankings for 2024, 2025. Mr. Christian McCaffrey is top of the list overall.
Did you call him Mr. Christian McCaffrey?
The next running back is Bijan, Mr. BJ Robinson, at 7. There's 5 other wide receivers before him. So I'm all about the running backs right off the top. Have you seen the drop off after like the 10th best running back? It's slim pickings. And the more and more teams that go to committee, you have to go running back. They're hot commodities. That's my method. I don't agree with whatever Charlie Kravitz said in the break that I only draft based on bye weeks. That's absurd. Although you should look for it bye week because you're going to have a bad time if you have too many on the same bye week. Running backs.
It sounds like you do that then.
Sometimes I do double running backs.
It also does help when you have a farm system of your wife's players on her fantasy football team.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I forgot about that.
Bringing it up.
Who's derailing the show here?
Should I draft a running back or a wide receiver first? Why not both?
This is one of the greatest fantasy controversies of all time.
Mikey.
When Lorenzo and Sarah tried to rig the league and then subsequently tried to gaslight us into thinking that we were being mean to them.
Oh, yeah. It was
unbelievable.
It was insane.
Mikey.
You were the bully.
Hold on a second.
Not enjoyable
Hold on.
to play
Time out, everybody.
fantasy with.
Time out. You were not enjoyable to play fantasy with.
Me?
Time out for a
You
moment.
bullied Eliz, Lorenzo.
Time out.
The nicest person ever.
Time out.
Or
Time out.
Eliz, really.
Time out for a moment. Mikey. This is what happened. We had a
impartial ruling here.
This is what happened. We had a friends and spouses fantasy league that was going on.
Sure.
Awful idea.
And we had a friends and spouses fantasy league that was going on. It was us. It was our friend Allison. It was her husband. It was all of our wives. Eliz was in it. There's a couple people in it, right? So what happened is like any fantasy league, we're just kind of like talking crap to each other the entire time. And then some people's spouses were taking it more seriously than others. Not to say who wasn't. Some people were taking it more seriously than others. Some people were trying, and some people were just existing to gift their spouses all of the best players in the league. And
This is awfully rich. This is just lies.
There's a waiver wire. I haven't even.
There was a trade proposed.
I have
first.
yet to say a single thing, so I don't see how you can say there's been any lies. Not a word has been said. What was the trade proposal aspect of it?
Allison Turner's
Justin
husband
Fields
tried to trade Lorenzo for Justin Fields.
Yes, Justin Fields was picked up. This was Justin Fields' first year, and this is like
the year that he had all the big running games.
Yeah.
He was breaking off 80-yard
halfway through
runs.
the year, he was like QB1.
Yes, exactly. But like the first half of the year, no one rostered him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Essentially.
So Lorenzo, who was in last place, rostered him.
Lorenzo rostered him because he had the first waiver wire pick, but wasn't playing him, if I remember correctly.
Oh, woe is me that was down there in the bottom.
Excuse me.
I needed to do something. I needed to shoot my team in the arm with.
Excuse me. You had him benched. You weren't playing him.
Yeah, because I wanted him for trade value.
Excuse me.
You turned down trade value to give him
Who'd you trade him to?
My wife.
For nothing. In exchange for nothing.
No, not true. Not true. For AA Ron And who else was?
He made the trade for nothing. He turned down legitimate trade proposals,
No,
and this was also done. And he subsequently admitted, and he will now say that he didn't admit this. He subsequently admitted that the only reason he picked up Justin Fields is because his wife's waiver wire order was too low to actually get Justin Fields. So he picked up Justin Fields, immediately traded Justin Fields to his wife, who couldn't pick up Justin Fields. And then denied all of this wrongdoing, and
called to yell at us.
It was a damn good trade for me.
Correct. Called to yell at us. For me. Called to yell at us on speakerphone without us knowing that his wife was on the phone with him, and then made a whole thing out of it. It got to the point. Excuse me. It got to the point that our league commissioner was threatening and was so flustered and frustrated with this situation that our league commissioner was a moment away from deactivating the league in the middle of the season.
So there's literally two ways,
which would have been the absolute best ending. To the story.
There are two ways to ruin a fantasy football league. One is to have a league full of zombie owners where no one checks the league, which is fine because we're all friends. It doesn't matter. It's just the banter anyway. And the other way is to collude and make it not fun
with your wife.
But with that said, this is the greatest content possible.
There.
So you colluded, ruined the league, but gave us great content.
And listen, it was bound to happen. If not me, one of you would have traded with your wife, and then we'd have been like, "Oh,
no,
you guys are colluding."
You guys wouldn't have crossed anyone else's mind.
And what ended up happening is Charlie ended up playing his wife in the championship, and they took home the money for first and second place, so it didn't even matter. And
talk about collusion.
Beautiful.
And he ran his wife's team.
I did not. I did not. I didn't know such thing.
No one cares. We're playing
expecting wife.
Guys, respect more Mikey.
You ran her team.
Guys, respect more Mikey. So we're playing more Mikey.
Mike, can we get a ruling?
Still more Mikey?
Can we get a ruling on Lorenzo?
The league was also disbanded after the season, and we never played in a season.
I don't think I like more Mikey anymore. This game is very.
All right. How about if I bring it back for you for more Mikey?
Okay.
Please.
Okay. More Mikey to sign with an NFL team, Fozzie Bear or Animal?
Oh, God. Why are you humoring him?
See how I did that?
I want to know what?
It's got to be Animal, right? I mean, Animal's an animal.
Explain.
I mean, you could line up Animal on the edge. He's going to be tough to be coachable. You know, I mean, that's going to be the biggest hurdle. He comes with some character issues.
Yeah,
you got to figure that piece out.
A lot of penalties. A lot of penalties.
Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct.
I would also think that Fozzie would be not the best to be coachable either. Fozzie seems like someone that's hard to get things through to Fozzie.
He's on the line for me. He's in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to.
Fozzie is or Animal is?
No, Animal's is pass rushing. He's coming in.
Well, this isn't. But hold on, this isn't a Muppet league. They're playing against NFL players, so Fozzie will be on the line.
Obviously.
So you think Fozzie will stop someone on the line?
Fozzie is a bear
and a puppet.
Fozzie is a bear,
a dancing bear. He's literally a dancing bear.
Yeah.
Is this like the live action version of Muppets? Like, is Fozzie an actual bear?
That
changes my answer.
Nope. That's not how Muppet rules work. Muppets are always in the real world, people.
Not how Muppet rules work.
Like, have you not seen Muppets Take Manhattan? The Muppet movie, Muppets Christmas Carol.
I'm so upset I asked this question.
Yeah,
they're just there. They're part of our world, people.
Wait, this is a good question.
Why should I explain this?
Should there be like a meta live action version of the Muppets?
Absolutely.
Even though they exist in the real world, so there'd be like another Muppets movie where they're like real life approximations of what they are as Muppet cartoons.
The Huppets,
I think I'd watch that.
Human puppets,
like a real frog for Kermit, a real pig.
So who would you pick?
Oh, Animal.
Okay.
Animal.
Well, you also screamed at Charlie for doing that exact same thing.
That's what we do. I want to make sure he's sure about his answer. I think both. I mean, Fozzie Bear, good mechanics, very big build.
Do we have another more? More Mikey?
I have one more Mikey. You ready?
Yes.
More likely to make the college football playoff their first year in the new conference. USC, Oregon, Washington, Texas, or Oklahoma.
Let me write these down. USC, Oregon,
Washington. All of those three went to the Big Ten. Texas and Oklahoma went to the SEC. Who is more likely to make the college football playoff out of those?
Out of those? Multiples can make it.
Yeah, but who's
most likely?
I like USC's chances.
I don't know. USC, you got to go play some Big Ten away games when it's cold. Get punched in the mouth. I don't know about that.
They're worth going to the playoff. There's 12 teams.
Kravitz has something.
Yeah, I want to hear Kravitz.
I was with Charlie Hulme there. Soft USC Pac-12 team going into the big
Candy
house.
ass.
No shot.
Candy ass.
Okay.
With that said, I'm picking Oregon.
I love Oregon. I love that pick because it is cold. It's cold up there in Oregon.
And
they're going to do great.
Yeah. I mean, the Big Ten's not going to know what hit them when they see all those points.
Yeah. Plus, they've never seen uniforms that flashy in the
I
Big
was
Ten.
thinking
ever.
the same thing.
True.
Chrome helmets against Ohio State and Michigan. It's going to be mind-blowing.
Big noon start. Big glare off the helmets. The other team's got no clue. They can't see anything at all.
The idea of passing on first or second down, it's going to be mind-blowing in the Big Ten.
I'm starting to fall in love with Oregon.
Yeah.
You brought up being a soft team for USC, and you brought up the weather, but they also play Oregon. They also play.
Lorenzo, did you watch USC play last year?
No.
USC does not play defense.
Or have an offensive line?
Other than that, they're great though.
Lorenzo, now you say your piece.
They got.
Ooh, Oregon, Iowa next year. That's going to be fun.
This argument was just they got.
So who do they got?
I just petered out. I have no idea who's on the USC roster. I just like I like the V for victory. The Trojans, go Trojans. The guy that comes out and throws the spear,
No,
the
that's
lance.
that's the
Trojan.
sword.
Trojan.
It's Tommy Trojan.
The Spears, Florida
You're getting
State.
mixed up with the Florida State guy. Golly, Lorenzo.
No, it's Seminole.
Yeah, but he does the spear into the field.
Yeah.
There's a spear.
My
different.
college rankings are based on their mascots.
He likes the big
until the
buffalo
season
that
actually
And you
on
don't
the
even know
field.
the mascots.
He likes
It's
the
a
big
Trojan.
buffalo.
I meant a Trojan with a sword.
What
not
are your
a
thoughts on
spear.
UGA?
Yeah, what do you think about Uga? Ooh, actually, I have an important question for you, Zoe. So you are a fan of Muppets and Puppets. How do you feel about live animal mascots?
Love them.
Oh,
I love the aspect of danger that comes with them. Sure, others and ask Ron McGill. I'm sure he hates it, but I love the fact that you got a freaking tiger on the sidelines, just waiting, just salivating,
That's
seeing
not a thing
everybody
anywhere.
walking by.
there's no tigers.
Actually, Mikey the Tiger, I think, is no longer sideline. But like you got Bevo, a freaking bull, just like waiting to just trample people. You got a bulldog that thankfully is pretty tame, but I mean, yeah, it's part of the chaos and anarchy of college football that there's live animals on the sidelines.
Lorenzo Rodriguez, if PETA's interested in contacting you.
Nope.
Yeah.
No
Hey, but-
more
but-
lawsuits. Stop.
But Mike Gundy can't have 3 beers. Huh. Interesting. Very inconsistent from you, Lorenzo.
Did you expect anything else?
For the record, Mike the 7th is still around.
Yeah, why'd you kill that dog?
Yeah, but he's off. He's not on the field. They have him like in a cage off field,
Tiger.
right?
Yeah.
Does he come on? Yeah, do they bring him back on to the field anymore? I thought they stopped doing that.
Okay, we can talk about this on our own time.
I
Guys,
had
do
a
we have
tooth
anything
issue
else
not too
before we
long
wrap
ago.
up the episode this week? Lorenzo, you still have your 7th and 8th Bs. Charlie has a serious football question, and Charlie Hulme wants to talk some tape.
Talking tape.
Yeah. You want to talk some tape?
Let's talk some tape. This is a football podcast after all. If you get I've just been seeing this on Twitter. All these videos floating around. I guess it's from the Giants being on Hard Knocks, and they have Brian Dable talking shop with all these quarterbacks. I saw one with Jaden Daniels. The one that piqued my interest, of course, as a Tar Heel, was the Drake May snippet. That is making a lot of fan bases regret not taking my guy earlier. I don't know how many. I mean, I guess it really was only a handful of teams that had a chance to. But Kravitz, you saw this. These clips are electric, right?
I'm a Commanders fan, so I am the target audience. And I had a wave of dread watching that clip and the Jaden Daniels clip. You had Drake May immediately break down, audible, on the board, know what to do against man coverage. And when it got to Jaden Daniels, he redrew the play, and Brian Dable asked him where to go with the ball, and he was like, I'm just going to throw a touchdown on that play. Dable's like, good answer, but it was really, I don't know where the hell I'm throwing the ball. That play was the answer.
Yeah, Drake was done a true disservice by the North Carolina. Well, how far do I want to go scorched earth on this? They really and truly, like, Drake May should have won the Heisman and made the college football playoff both years there, and he was let down in a number of different ways. So, Drake, we're sorry, but you're still the greatest quarterback in school history.
I have a big bone to pick about the Heisman too. I don't think it's the spirit. I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. should have won it this year, but I don't think it was the spirit of the award that you had Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, and I can't remember who the other third really. Oh, Michael Penix Jr. as the top 3 candidates, all of whom shouldn't have still even been in college football. It's not the spirit of the award. It's not the most outstanding 6th-year college player. It's wrong.
I like that.
So
it's a good take.
So
does Zoe still have his headphones on?
I don't know what he's
doing. Sorry, I was preparing for the 7th B. Sorry.
You don't have it done?
Well, there's an added component.
Can I ask one follow-up from the Daboll thing?
Yeah.
It hasn't come out yet, but he swears he could run a sub 7-second 40.
He lost a lot of weight, didn't he?
He was also a college safety. Am I wrong to think it's ridiculous that he would run over a 7-second 40?
How old is
If he played safety in college?
Yeah, 7 seems really slow.
He is 49. Has he
he's-
any significant surgeries on his legs or anything? I don't know who I think would have the answer to that question. Just kind of throwing it out there.
Just Google Brian Daboll knee surgeries.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, got you
Very
covered,
helpful.
bud.
Yeah.
I think he could go sub 7 pretty easily.
I think he might go sub 6.
What does Rich Eisen run when he's like in his suit?
6'3".
Let's see.
Maybe 6'2" even?
Yeah, I thought it was like a 6 or a 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Rich Eisen's 40 time. Oh, okay. It fluctuates. So I have in 2017 it was 6'2", in 2018 it was 5'9'7", in 2019 it was 6 flat, in 2020 it was 5.98. And I don't know why.
So if he's running 5'9s", Daboll has to be around there. I think he's selling himself short. Sub 6 could be the goal.
Last season, I guess Eisen's getting slower with age. In 2023 he ran a 6'2". Yeah, Daboll is going to be quicker than that.
I want to see Daboll run it in the official combine uniform.
All right. So it's your time to shine, buddy. 7th B and 8th B.
Well, boys, it wouldn't be a BBBBBBB foray here or outing if we didn't have a 7th
Hold on a
B.
second. Before you go any further, Mikey, how do you think this went today? We have 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I thought we went off the rails a little bit. I probably should have stayed away from that Muppet question.
It's
50
okay.
seconds left?
Yeah, here we go,
How
Zoe.
much,
Sorry, 50 seconds, 7.
This is not enough to honor the 7th B.
We'll take it pretty good.
7th and 8th B. 7th B is it's the bear.
What?
And no, I'm not talking about hit Hulu shows. I'm talking about a very special bear. Anybody?
Fozzie Bear?
Chris Felica?
Not Folly. Nope.
Golden Bear?
Nope. The great bears though, but
you have 50 seconds.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Smokey the Bear?
Smokey the Bear is 80 years old this year.
Wow.
Started in 1944 as a public service mascot. Some don't know the history of Smokey the Bear, but in 1944, what were we in? World War II. And there was an unfortunate fire that started as a result of 9,000 hydrogen balloons that were sent over from Japan and started a fire. Unfortunately, there were some casualties, but a big preoccupation in the United States about fire prevention. And who do we bring in? None other than Bambi. Bambi was first the face.
Is Bambi the 8th B?
That's another B. There you go. No,
Okay,
that's
so
not
we have a
my-
9th
Bambi's got
B.
2 B's and B. You can just take care of both of them right there.
Bambi was the first mascot assigned to
This is unbearable.
tell people about stopping their forest fires and just fire prevention safety until the Disney contract expired, and then in came the creation of Smokey the Bear. There was a fire in New Mexico in the 1950s, and the lone survivor was a small tiny cub who became Smokey the Bear. There was a Smokey Bear that went around the country, and for decades. Wait, I was going to. My tee-off question after that is, as far as pitchmen and pitch animals, is Smokey's on the Mount Rushmore for sure?
No.
Who else?
Not even close.
Oh,
no way.
Zoe,
all right,
no.
all right. Give me.
Oh, no.
I mean, Flo from Progressive is definitely on there.
Smokey is a top 4 mascot of all time.
Yes,
Not a chance.
daughter knows who
he's
Smokey the
saying
Bear is.
he's saying pitch persons
Pitch people
or animals things.
pitch beings.
Pitch
Tony
beans.
the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger is like your
Mickey
A1.
Mouse.
That's one. Yeah, that's
Mickey
first
Mouse.
round.
Mickey Mouse,
Uncle
Tony the
Sam.
Tiger, Toucan Sam.
What is
Smokey
Mickey
the
Mouse
Bear.
pitching? Well, no,
Disney.
That's an awful. Nah,
You have a
they don't-
podcast, Bibbidi Bobbidi
They don't.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Mickey doesn't
Sue
need
him.
to pitch them.
Sue him.
Where's the beef lady?
Suzo.
It's a good one, Mikey A. Where's the beef? Flo,
Ronald
B.
McDonald?
Smokey the Bear.
Yeah, Ronald
McDonald.
Yeah. Mr. Clean,
There are these
Mr.
people.
Clean,
Mr.
great
Clean. Yeah.
bounty guy.
Mr. Clean is a.
What about the Michelin tires guy?
Yeah,
That's a great one.
Bounty Guy's a great one.
Was that?
The Budweiser frogs.
Yeah.
Budweiser.
Yeah. So not even close to accurate.
I'm not sure Smokey is top 20.
Not even close to top 20. Can I ask you what is Smokey's product?
He's alerting you to the dangers of fire.
The prevention of forest fires.
Awareness.
That's not a product.
Awareness.
He's selling you awareness.
Yeah, safety. Like
he's more of a
keeping
cautionary
our
tale.
green environment healthy and free of
Is
wildfires.
Smokey a Mount Rushmore of bear mascots?
No.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't think
Yes.
so.
Let's get into that one.
Top bear mascots.
What other bears are there? What about the
golden Graham
You got
bear?
that all the-
Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears.
Yeah.
A lot of people misspell Berenstein Bears.
Yeah,
No,
it's
don't
true.
no, don't do that. No,
Don't get
do
them
that.
started on that.
They
Yeah,
do.
don't get them started
No.
on that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, gummy bears.
Gummy bears. But who's the pitch bear for that?
Gummy.
Care Bears.
Ooh, Care
Bears.
Bears. Yeah, that's true.
A lot of
Mentioned
bears.
Anyways, what's your eighth B? This is
Well, this one's not as
not as fun
not
and
as
possible.
jovial.
Snuggles the bear.
It's Bronny James.
Okay.
Enough of the coverage, man. Enough Bronny James stuff. I saw a headline the other day on the main page that Carmelo's son thinks Bronny and LeBron would be.
Hey, way to pick a great one to go out on, Zoe.
Yeah,
really
well,
strong one.
Coca-Cola polar bear.
I should have got.
Ooh, that's a good bear. That's a good
That's
bear.
a good
Oh,
bear.
yeah.
Coke polar
Yep.
bear is a good bear.
Great bear.
Yep.
Great bear.
I should have started with Bronny and my rant on
Nah,
Bronny.
we could have just
What about
not
Winnie the
done
Pooh?
it.
Oh, he's a bear. A lot of people forget that.
Who is a
too.
bear? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not Tigger. He's just a Tigger.
Wait, a tiger.
He's the only. Nope, he's not a tiger. He's just a Tigger.
Okay.
The wonderful thing about Tiggers are a wonderful thing. And he goes at the end, "Oh, I'm the only one."
Do you have a voice modulator for Tigger?
I don't.
Come
I wish I
on.
did. I gotta train like the AI machine thing. Like you can replicate voices. That's my next.
Whose voice are you going to replicate?
I don't know. Maybe Old Money Charlie.
To do what?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Good bear.
Somebody Suzo.
Yogi Bear talking about
And
wildlife.
Boo Boo. And Boo Boo. Both of them probably more well known than who was yours? Smokey? So on the way out, do your DJ
podcast.
voice and introduce Mikey.
Stand by.
All right, good.
Wait, which Mikey A or Mike Fuentes?
Whoever you want.
Both of them.
Both of them.
They're both tired of you.
They're coming out. They're coming out together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A man known for his hell diving experience and number one in the Super Earth rankings, Mike Fuentes. Dropping a hell bomb on this dance floor. I don't have that drop. Sorry. I can't do it. I'll do my own bomb effect. And then Mikey A. And backing him up with his sick dance moves,
What happened?
Mikey A. I
Well done.
Sorry.
I'm hyped.
That's great.
Zoe's for hire if you want them at your special day.
Mikey
You need
A,
some
what's
money
your-
because you have to pay for a lawsuit pretty soon.
No, please don't do that to me.
Bibbity bobbity
A
broke.
minute left, like 4
have
hours
kids.
ago.
I have kids.
Owning a business isn't just an occupation, it's a legacy for those you want to pass it on to. At Sandy Spring Trust, succession planning is one of the many aspects of wealth services we provide. We'll work with you one-on-one to answer questions and advise you on valuations, transfer of ownership, and much more. What's your next financial destination? Visit sandyspringbank.com/wealth. Wealth and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not guaranteed, and may lose value. Wealth products offered by Sandy Spring Trust, a division of Sandy Spring Bank.